Greetings to each of our Board of Trustees, our administrators, and our campus and faculty staff representatives. On behalf of Oakwood University administration, faculty, staff, and of course our student body, we extend our warmest greetings to each of you. I'd like to begin by relating a personal experience to you. On February 27, 2018, three of us, Dr. James Mbirakira, Dr. Prudence Pollard, and yours truly, as a part of our consortium of African Adventist University and partners, traveled to the Adventist University of Central Africa in Kigali, Rwanda, where we were scheduled to sign a consortium agreement with the Adventist University of Central Africa. As the plane lifted off of the runway, uneventfully, I might add, on February 27, we climbed to 37,000 feet. After about 4 hours of flight, we heard this sound, boom. And then the lights on the plane went out. Then the plane shook. Then came the words that I will never forget from the pilot. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the pilot speaking. We have lost an engine and we must land this plane in 15 minutes. It was a moment when time stopped. The darkness and quiet of the plane was so thick you could almost cut it with a knife. I prayed and I confessed every sin that I've committed in the last 7 days. And really, I would have loved to tell every elementary school girlfriend that I was sorry for whatever I might have said or might not have said. Thank God we landed in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and when we did, the hum of that one engine was interrupted by the bounce of the wheels off of the runway and the spontaneous applause of all of the passengers. And so I come before you as a grateful man, because all of us that night were grateful. Whether we knew it or not, that plane was in God's hands. Oakwood University also is an institution that is in God's hands. During our Black History Month celebrations, we invited a scholar to make a presentation on the Civil War to our faculty. His book's title was what caught my attention initially, A Nation in God's Hands, because in this book, he discussed Ellen White's Civil War visions. And what was said of America during that period, we can also say about Oakwood University during its 120-year history. This is an institution that is in God's hands. And as you listen to my report, please keep that theme, because it's going to run through every element of the report. The thought that Oakwood is an institution in God's hands occurred to me as I was reflecting on the outstanding experiences of this most recent Alumni Weekend, 2018. Every Easter weekend, we run Alumni Weekend, and thousands of our alumni come back to enjoy fellowship, to renew memories, and to contribute to this wonderful institution called Oakwood. Along with serving as a Sabbath morning speaker, an honor that I will ever treasure, made available by the Alumni Association, I also helped to facilitate the class reunion of the class of 1978, where our graduates launched a 40 for 40 goal to raise $40,000 for the university. While on that Sabbath, we collected 1/4 of the goal, $10,000 at the Sabbath dinners. But one of the highlights of the weekend is always the President's Donor Breakfast, at which we thank donors for their faithfulness in supporting Oakwood University. We are thankful for all donor generosity to our institution, for donations coming into the university, and for all of their gifts. And speaking of donors, I also wish to take a special moment to thank our mission partners at Adventist Health Systems, under the leadership of Board of Trustee member Terry Shaw. I wish to thank them for the gracious gift of $1 million presented by Trustee Ron Smith. This gift supplies another gracious affirmation of God's care for Oakwood University. Dr. Smith presented this gift on behalf of AHS, and this gift will enable us to build our Community Action Center and Clinic, where service learning can take place, and the underserved community of Huntsville can experience the power of the Oakwood University touch beyond the borders of our campus. At Oakwood University, we handle your gifts, and more importantly, we take donor trust with the utmost seriousness. For instance, we are seeking to grow our endowment to $20 million by 2020. 7 years ago, we had about $7 million in our endowment, and now that $7 million has grown to almost $14 million through our investment returns. One company, Investor Force, who are performance investing consultants, compare Oakwoods Performance to other endowments and foundations with assets less than $50 million. Over the past 10 years, Oakwoods Performance, according to Investor Force, has beaten 98% of other institutions in our same investment and size category. I wish to thank you again, each of our trustees, for your loyal support of Oakwood University. I also wish to congratulate our Honda All-Stars who recently competed in the 2018 Honda All-Star competition, in which they placed third and claimed a $20,000 victory. These young people make us proud. They also tell the story that Oakwood University is, while being a spiritually focused and mission-focused institution, it is also academically motivated. And we take academics with the highest level of seriousness because ultimately this is the platform for which we are training young people to go out and to make a difference in the world. And as an illustration of how Oakwood is in God's hands, funding in the form of a Lilly Foundation UNCF grant has supplied valuable resources needed for the curricular innovations that address the academic concerns that I have mentioned to you. These innovations are needed to match the needs of students with employer expectations for service in this life before we graduate them into the life to come. Now, we have introduced in our curriculum a three-pronged career pathways gainful employment of minorities initiative. Now, this grant that we received from the Lilly Foundation through the UNCF is grounded in the concept of purposeful disruption. And so here's how these disruptions look. First, it means revising the curriculum into a 21st century curriculum. Second, it means that co-curricular activities have to be enhanced so that they support the learning initiatives of the institution. And third is what we call the guided pathway. That deals with both academic and career advising. Since we last met, we have now received the first report of the accomplishments of the implementation of our 21st century curriculum. You may recall that Oakwood University applied as the lead in the partnership with Tougaloo and Talladega colleges, and that we received a total grant of $6 million, of which the largest share went to Oakwood University. So in the innovation of the 21st century curriculum, we listened to employers and we embedded desired workplace competencies and skills into the freshman curriculum. Now, within the curriculum, every student coming in the fall of 2017 could earn up to 14 certifications. These certifications cover a whole number of areas like financial literacy, ready to work, national career readiness certification, and even a FEMA certification. By December 31st, 2017, we had received the first report. 353 of our students had earned a total of 2,951 workplace certifications. This is what we call the 21st century curriculum at work at Oakwood University, and it is connected to our Career Pathways Initiative. For 122 years, Oakwood University has been on a mission, and that mission began with a very strong industry base. In 2011, we launched our Industry Recovery Initiative. Right now, as I speak, through our Industry Recovery Initiative, through our student labor and internships, through our government contracting, we employ approximately 700 students in these programs. While we continue to look for more student employment opportunities, we will continue to grow our industries. Industries like edible stores. Right now, our edible stores' revenues continue to exceed our expenditures while we employ 30 students, in which we expose these students to retail and supply chain management. And please, let us assist you as we approach Mother's Day. Let us assist you with your gifting. Remember, we want to be your gifting supplier. Just call us directly at the number in your packets, and 20% of the purchase is a pass-through income to Oakwood University. We use this income to keep our tuition costs low so that we will stay within the accessible reach of our principal constituencies. Now, in 2016, you will recall with the board's approval, we took another huge step in industry recovery in order to support the matriculation of our students at Oakwood University and to decrease our dependence on tuition. We opened Oakwood Farms with its sale of chemical-free produce, and we were surprised in the first year by the result. We had projected that we would not begin to earn any revenue until the second year. But in the first year, Because Oakwood is an institution in God's hands, I believe, we had an unanticipated crop that came in a year early, and we earned $75,000 from that unanticipated blessing. Now, we'll begin in the summer of 2018 with the construction of what we call our Oakwood Farmers Market. This will set up for us the opportunity to service the traffic and the constituency that comes along Adventist Boulevard every single day. We estimate that there are 20,000 vehicles that pass in front of this institution every day. So our job is to take this industry beyond the borders of the campus and to place it where it is accessible to our Huntsville publics. Our healthy food industry is one that is matched by our healthy campus activities. So let me say a word about Healthy Campus. Healthy Campus continues to garner national attention for Oakwood University. Oakwood was once again nominated in 2018 as a Partner of the Year by Partnership for a Healthier America. We worked to implement the 23 standards across the last 3 years, and you will be pleased to know that we completed that work early, ahead of schedule. Now, we have included in our Healthy Campus initiative healthy vending, outdoor exercising, we've got a walking track, and recently, at the national meetings for the United Negro College Fund, Healthy Campus was presented to the entire conference by a Partnership for Healthier America as an example of what an HBCU can do when it takes wellness to the next level. And now, as we think about our academic division, in our December Executive Committee, we restructured the academic division to set up for the accelerated growth needed to keep pace with the 21st century demands on institutions. We named Dr. Calwick Wilson the Provost and Chief Academic Officer. Now, this position allows the provost to direct budgeting in a manner that enhances and advances the academic mission of the institution. We also streamlined the academic operation in January of 2018 by assigning recruitment, enrollment, and retention to Vice President David Richardson, thus knitting mission into all of these core activities. So as we plan for the future, we are launching 2 more graduate degrees because of this more robust structure. We are launching a Master of Public Health degree in January of 2019, a Master of Arts in Urban Ministry, and then currently we have submitted to SAC-COC a Master of Business Administration in Leadership to be fully online, scheduled by August of 2019. And this will be the 3rd master's degree. Why are we doing this? Because we want to address the enrollment issues not simply by more vigorous promotion of Oakwood University, but by diversifying the academic offerings that are attractive to our constituencies. One such constituency that we are attracting is our Latino brothers and sisters. For instance, in 2016, we brought on to Oakwood University Board our first Latino board member, Dr. Sergio Romero of the Allegheny West Conference. Then we moved to form a small search committee, and we selected a special assistant to the President for Diversity and Inclusion to spearhead our efforts to serve this segment of our constituency. He is a 2-time graduate of Oakwood University and will spearhead our efforts into these communities. His name is Dr. Isaac Ibarra, and he is a tremendous pastor and a tremendous promoter of Oakwood University. So I circle back to where we started from in the beginning. Oakwood University is an institution that is in God's hands. What I forgot to tell you in the story about the airplane is that whenever I get on a plane, I pray one special prayer. I say, God, would you put your right hand under the right wing? And would you put your left hand under the left wing? And would you please send an angel to support the fuselage of this plane, and may I land safely and return back to my family. Oakwood University is guarded in a similar way. He has one hand under the academic division, another hand under the financial division. I would suggest that there are other hands that are under research and development, that are under student services, that are under mission, enrollment, and retention services. God has his hand under this plane, and he is protecting it, and he will land it safely. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your financial commitment. And we invite you to continue to pray for the ever-expanding ministry of Oakwood University, because Oakwood is an institution that is in God's hands. Thank you. May God bless you, and may God bless this wonderful place we call Oakwood University.